Right now at 10, a big benefit on thin ice. Farm Aid threatening to pull out of Huntington Bank Stadium as workers at the U walk the picket line. Then Charlie Kirk honored as the urgent search for his killer continues. Fraud, bribes, taxpayers charged to help dead people with housing. What KARE 11 investigates found a state agency knew for more than a year without taking action. Across the country and here at home, honoring the heroes and those who died 24 years ago today.
It's going to feel like summer this weekend. We'll talk about the heat, the humidity, and a couple of chances of storms.
Plus, a table for 2,000 right down Nicollet Mall.
KARE 11 News at 10 starts now.
Breaking in the last hour, officials in Utah releasing this video showing the man they believe shot Charlie Kirk running across the roof where he was perched and jumping down to escape. A nationwide manhunt is still underway at this hour. The state's public safety department also releasing new photos of their person of interest, asking people to look for the distinctive shirt, hat, and sunglasses that he was wearing. Officials say they are processing imprints left behind, including a palm print, and sifting through a lot of evidence.
So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing.
The governor says the FBI has also conducted more than 200 interviews and is offering a $100,000 reward. He says the state is planning on pursuing the death penalty for that suspect. The search comes as Charlie Kirk's body arrived back in Arizona this afternoon. His casket arriving from Utah on Air Force Two, escorted by his family and the vice president. A motorcade then bringing him to a local funeral home. President Trump says he does expect Kirk's funeral to take place next weekend in Arizona. To other news, back home tonight, Farm Aid organizers are threatening to pull the benefit concert from Huntington Bank Stadium if the U of M does not resolve the strike with its workers. The U Stadium is set to host headliners like Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and John Mellencamp in just over a week. And workers were scheduled to start setting up the stage in just hours. Raya Katene has the latest from organizers and what the U is saying tonight.
For some on the University of Minnesota Twin Cities campus, business carries on as usual.
Sure.
For Grady Johnson,
yeah, absolutely.
This is serious business, although it's anything but usual.
I'd rather be working than being out here, but we'll be out here until we get what we need.
As the University of Minnesota Gardener and Teamsters Local Union 320 member, Johnson is one of 1,400 university workers currently on strike.
We're prepared to strike as long as it takes.
How long it will take for the union and university to reach an agreement over wages and contracts is hard to know. But as the U prepares to host music festival Farm Aid at Huntington Bank Stadium in just over a week from now, the pressure is amping up.
It's hard to imagine like Willie Nelson crossing a picket line.
Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and Dave Matthews are some of the names expected in Minneapolis as part of Farm Aid's 40th year celebration supporting family farms. But as the strike continues, Farm Aid says it may have to move venues or cancel the event altogether. In a statement, the organization says, quote, "The farm and labor movements are inseparable, and our artists, production team, and partners have made clear that they will not cross a picket line."
It's really encouraging.
Meanwhile, the university says it has engaged in conversation with Farm Aid for months, especially this week, and that the decision about whether the event moves forward is theirs. The university adds that it remains at the negotiating table.
We're not backing down. Again, we're prepared to wait this out. Time is on our side.
We do have the university's full statement on KARE11.com, and we should note if the festival does go on, it would be the first time that Farm Aid comes to Minnesota Arena.
And Farm Aid kind of really going all in, pressuring the U, saying if they have to cancel, that it would be financially devastating to the organization. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, they did say that it could threaten their survival, they said. And we should note, I mean, these tickets range from $100 to nearly $400. I did send an email asking what would happen to people who've already bought a ticket. Will they be refunded? I haven't heard back, but Farm Aid does have a policy statement on their website pretty much saying that there are no refunds unless something extreme happens, like a weather-related or some extreme circumstance, and you would think this falls within that category.
Yeah. All right, Raya, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Let's take a live look right now at the New York City skyline, the tribute in light representing the hole left behind when the Twin Towers fell in the attacks 24 years ago today. This morning, a somber ceremony at the memorial in New York, marking the exact times the planes hit those towers. Surviving families read their loved ones' names. At the Pentagon, a massive American flag marking where Flight 77 hit the building. The president spoke at a memorial service there this morning. And in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, a memorial service honored the passengers and crew who died preventing those hijackers from hitting yet another target. Here at home, Governor Walz was one of more than 500 volunteers, turning the Day of Remembrance into a day of service. Together, they packed 190,000 meals for Second Harvest Food Bank. Organizers say late summer is a slow time for donations, and big pushes like this make sure that kids don't go hungry at the start of the school year. Right now, Minnesota's Public Utilities Commission is asking for public comment on Xcel Energy's proposed rate hikes. Xcel is asking the state to raise those rates 9.6% this year and then another 3.6% in 2026. It would amount to roughly $490 million over those 2 years. Xcel says it needs those rates to rise for everything from infrastructure improvements to higher returns for investors. They say it would raise a typical home's bill about $14 a month. The first of several hearings is on Monday in Stillwater. Well, we are getting another blast of summer, and by the weekend, even warmer, even more humid. Belle's got a look ahead from the backyard. Hey, Belle.
Well, hi, Rena. The fact that it's 70 degrees here at 10 o'clock at night gives you an indication of what we're dealing with. We do have warm air that's been streaming in throughout the day, and it will be boosted in the next couple of days with 80s arriving tomorrow and staying through next week, and even a shot of 90 in parts of Minnesota. That will happen on Sunday. It was a foggy start again. We won't have that tomorrow, but it burned off to an absolutely gorgeous day. We did top out at 77 degrees this afternoon, and we do anticipate quiet conditions and light winds. Here's your day for your Friday. We'll start out about 64. We'll top out in the low 80s, and we do anticipate that the winds will remain pretty light, between 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. We'll be back to talk more about that heat wave this weekend.
All right, thank you, Belle. Right now, a dinner for 2,000 people wrapping up in Minneapolis. Organizers calling it America's largest dinner party. The table spanning several blocks along Nicollet Mall. Joe McCoy joins us now there live where the party's just coming to a close. This seemed like a really fun evening, Joe.
It was, Rena, and we could not have asked for better weather tonight. The tables, they may be clear now, but from what I saw, it looked like this event was an incredible success. And everyone I talked to, they told me that when they arrived, they didn't really know what to expect, but they all said that the evening exceeded their expectations. At a time when it feels like unity is badly needed.
It's nice, considering what's going on, you know, and this is great.
2,000 people gathered in downtown Minneapolis Thursday night to eat dinner together.
We've met these lovely people to my right and lovely people to my left. Exactly community that you would want. Breaking bread, shall we say.
The inaugural Dinner du Nord, filling 7 blocks of Nicollet Avenue with dinner tables. As 40 local restaurants and food trucks served up a diverse set of cuisine.
It's everything from pizza to tacos to bronzino.
So far, it's been really great.
Scott Mayer, the producer of the event, says he got the inspiration from seeing other cities across the country host a similar experience.
What's great about food is that it is a common love for people, and you may be conservative, liberal, Republican, or Democrat. Everybody eats and everybody enjoys food.
Before tonight, diners bought a ticket and picked what restaurant they wanted to eat from. The prefix menus ranged from $18 to north of $250.
There were so many options and price points that people could do. I think that that's great for the city and great to be able to bring people down.
And the food's delicious, the people are great, and it just seems like it's a perfect night.
Making new friends and forming new memories with old ones while dining at a community table.
And you can actually feel the unity and the love just sitting here.
Some of the proceeds from tonight are going to the Help the House Foundation, which provides physical and mental health support for those in the restaurant industry. Rena.
Joe, I just love the idea, especially right now, of 2,000 people coming to that same dinner table to eat. I hope it felt like that when you were down there today.
It did, absolutely.
All right, thank you, Joe. Still ahead here at 10, it may be feeling like summer, but fall is on the way. We cannot stop it. The DNR is rolling out a tool today to help you find those best fall colors.
Falsified records and bribes. Taxpayers charged to help dead people find housing. A KARE 11 investigation discovers the Minnesota Department of Human Services knew about fraud allegations for more than a year without taking action.
And they still didn't stop payments until basically they were shamed into it by your reporting and the Fed's investigation with the raid.
KARE 11 investigates next.